2, down. And so you're just sinking down. So leads, your footwork, and the position that you're going for is going to be a rock, step, base. You want your feet to be shoulder width apart, and you're going to sink down as if you're doing a squat. Don't bend over and arch your back. It's going to be really difficult if you do that, and you can hurt yourself. So feet shoulder width apart, bend down like you're doing a squat. Your hands are going to go straight out like this with your forearms up. You can make fists or you can put your hands straight out, it doesn't matter. But your point of contact with your follow is going to be your forearms to her thigh on the insides of her legs.
Yep. And follows, we're just going in very similar with the rock step down, but it feels a little funny at first because we're used to doing like a 1 foot thing on most aerials, and now we're like doing a squat with 2 feet. So I'm going here. Woo! And I put my hands right here. When you first learn the popover, you can help yourself over with a little push. Eventually you won't need to, but I find that I like having safety grips, so that's what that is.
That connection is really handy too to stabilize yourself as a follow. Because if you are a little off kilter to the side or leaning too far forward, you can push down and realign yourself. Partner up and try a few repetitions of just the down prep. 5, 6, 7, 8, rock, step, down. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Down and jump. Okay. We want to get the follow off the ground, but we're not going over. We're just going to try to get her up in front of the leader. This is going to solve a lot of the issues that we might see when you do go over. So a couple things. As we come up, Tyson is going to stay nice and straight and not bend forward. Like sometimes when we squat, we like have the butt out a little bit. On this one, you want to stay really straight. And then mention the thing about your knees.
Yep, so 2 more body positioning things for leads. The knees is a big one. You don't let your knees get turned out or spread too wide, because if you go into this base and set with your knees like this, then it's easy for the follow as she's lifting up to snag a foot on your knee, and she'll just fall on your face, you'll both fall down.
That's awesome.
So make sure that you feet shoulder width apart and squat straight down with your knees more forward than out to the side. Second one for the up prep is lift with your legs, and don't like lift up like this. Just stand up, go back down.
Arms stay with the legs. Follows, we are jumping on this aerial, and so I'm going to come in with a rock step and then both legs down, like I'm just going to do a regular jump. I'm going to have you guys put hands on the shoulders and push up with the shoulders, because that keeps you from leaning forward. Like sometimes when we get scared, for some reason we do that, which is weird because then we fall, but if you push with the shoulders, it'll keep you nice and straight. Follows, we're not turning out either. We're staying straight, but we're going to be a little wider than the leader because we're going to straddle over. So, but leaders, that's why you got to keep those knees in.
Last thing for the leads, when you go back down, land with your follow. Set her down gently. Don't go up there and be like, I'm done. None of that.
Die. Yep. Okay, go forward.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Down and jump. Okay. This is an important step because oftentimes when we get ready to go over, there's a couple things that a lot of people go for. One is like the leaders get nervous and they like try to just duck and throw, and that doesn't really work so well. Also looks like really sloppy. And then the other thing is if the follow gets scared, a lot of times, like I was saying, she'll either lean forward or try to push out. Both of those are dangerous. So basically on this aerial, you have to both decide, like, we are going to do it, and you cannot bail on this aerial. You just can't. So once you're going, you're going. So the third step, we're actually not going over, but we're going to take the follow higher than the leader's face, which is where you have to get the follow if you're going to pop over. So, all right. So same exact thing, but we're going to try to eliminate some of our heart poundingness just by getting up higher. Okay.
All right. It'll look like this. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Got it.
That'll work. Yep. That'll work.
We're gonna push up all the way, so try to extend the arms. That's kind of the height that you're going for, and it shouldn't be much higher than that. we'll feel like that level should be where we're popping over. So
leads, the only thing you're going to do different here, so you'll aim to actually stand up to extend your legs fully first, and then just go for a little bit of extra height with your arms. Not like straight up, but just like up to like right about there.
Are we still trying to catch her on her way down?
Yes.
yes, please.
For now. When we actually do it, she'll be landing on her own, but for the time being.
And on step 3, guys, you don't disconnect her legs from your arms. They're still connected. We're just going higher. That's it. Okay?
Last thing that will help from what I saw from when we were practicing the last 2, you want to get your timing down at the down stage of the prep. And lead, you need to let the follow actually jump before you assist with going into the air. Because if you start lifting too soon, you're going to cut off her jump momentum, and that's actually where most of the energy is coming from. From the follow jumping, and you're just redirecting it or adding a little extra boost.
And what's our aerial rule of thumb? Jump, then push. That's like always the rule, okay? So follows jump, then the leader gets the push on this one. Cool? All right, let's try it out.
The final stage, we're going to actually go over now, and only actually go over if you feel that you're ready for it and you have spotters. So first, let's talk about spotters. You'll have 2 spotters standing behind the lead at either 45. Spotters need to be close enough that they can catch the follow where they're standing without having to dive under if something goes wrong. And spotters, what you're watching for is for the follow to see if they are upright or if they're starting to tilt forward, to tilt towards you. Because if they look like they're starting to go off balance forward, that's when you need to be there to catch, because they might be like Superman diving it, and you have to keep them from face planting into the ground. So that's what you're watching for. Make sure the follow stays upright and stable.
Okay. All right, follows. We see that ground coming, and we have a tendency to kind of like reach out with our arms like we want to touch it. But it's not a flipping aerial. We really need to land straight, like a regular jump. So just resist that urge. Sometimes it helps me to like spot something in the distance rather than look at the ground. And that kind of keeps me from like, ah! Okay, so we don't want to land on our hands or our knees. It's really painful at that height. So we want to land on our feet like a cat.
All right, so to actually make this happen, follows, you're doing pretty much the same thing we've been doing. You're jumping, you're stabilizing yourself with your hands on the lead shoulders. It's very much like leapfrog, if you've ever done that. As you fly over, you push the lead shoulders. Leads, you're doing pretty much the same thing, except when you get up to vertical, you keep the motion of your arms going, and you're going to aim for just going straight up. That's just going to scoop the follow right over your head. You want to have enough momentum from your arms that you don't feel like you have to duck your head. If you do duck your head forward, you're probably just going to headbutt them, and it's not going to help.
If I'm going over, you guys got to try it.
I love you, Shauna.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah!
Whoa! A touchdown, it was all right.
Nice.
You did it, Shauna. You guys go now.
See, the dudes are fearless, whatever.
This ambulance is not because of the popover.
We just in case, you know.
I just called them just in case.